Hey everyone, I'm Rodney.
And I'm Jessica. And welcome to The Making of Us.
This is where we dive into our lives, cultures, and everything in between.
From our first meeting in Vegas to learning about each other's past, dreams, and adventures ahead.
We're keeping it real, unfiltered, and fun.
So join us as we figure out life together, one conversation at a time.
This is The Making of Us. And we are back with what, episode 3?
Episode 3, yeah.
All right, right. How you feeling? How you feeling about the pod so far?
Pretty good. I feel like we got such a good response from people. I feel like our friends and family have been so supportive, and it's been so awesome.
We're definitely blessed in that sense where, we got family and friends who are willing to go and like and subscribe and share.
Shout out to Mel. She told me yesterday that she watched the whole video, but she had it muted.
Which is fine.
The view counted. She liked and she subscribed. So shout out Mel.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's cool. I'm glad she did that. But yeah, we got so many. I appreciate the shares. When people are willing to put something that you're doing on their page. Yeah. And share it with their group of people that follow them. Yeah. I think that's so dope because now we get to hit another crowd of people.
Right. Yeah. I was going to say it hits not just our family and friends now. It hits their family and friends.
Yeah. So if you see it, like, subscribe, and share. It'd be greatly appreciated.
Only if you want.
No, do it. Not if you want. No, I'm joking. But anyway. But yeah, how was the week? How you doing? How you feeling?
Pretty good. So at work, I just started doing 3 12-hour shifts in a week instead of 4 10-hour shifts, and I have never felt better.
Nice. Yeah, you get 4 days off.
Yeah, 4 days off is crazy. I feel like it just changes it. I really do feel like it's life-changing. Yeah. For me.
Yeah.
4 10-hour shifts was so rough, especially starting at 6:30.
Yeah, that's the key. Is we're having to get up at 5:15. Yeah. It's cold, it's rainy, the sun ain't out, it ain't even peaking. You know what I mean? It's just and then,
so now my new shift is 8:30. So it's 8:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. and it's 3 days a week, which is so unheard of in nursing, I feel.
Nah, that's dope.
Yeah, so it's great. I'm working 12-hour shifts now, which is nice. Mm-hmm. You kind of just work the 3 days and then you're off. It's really nice.
Really nice, yeah. I'm glad you got to do that because I know the 4 days,
was really rough.
Yeah,
for me.
It was. I think it was more the 5 a.m. was the worst part.
Because you get off at 5 p.m. Okay, sweet. That's a lot of time until you go to bed. I get that. But you're tired from getting up at 5 in the morning.
Yeah, 5 in the morning is different. I don't care what it is. It's getting up at 7. 7:30 is way better.
Yeah, it's so different than getting up at 5.
Just feels better.
It just feels better. Yeah. It just feels more human. I feel more human. I feel more awake, and I can actually do stuff. I like it. Yeah. And we started going to the gym.
Oh yeah. We went and got a Planet Fitness membership.
Yeah.
I've
never been to Planet Fitness before, so this is kind of cool. Yeah. I like it.
Yeah. I feel like Planet Fitness has really evolved into they got everything now. Yeah. I feel like I've been there a couple of times back in the day, and it was very small. You really couldn't do what you need to do in there. But now they got everything in there.
Oh my God!
And plenty of it. They got 20 Stairmasters, 20 treadmills.
There's 5 Smith machines.
Yeah, it's
it really has everything you need. I'm really happy with it.
Yeah, and we was talking about. Yeah, it's fine for now. But I told you I just seen that one gym I want to go to. The pro club one. Yeah. Yeah, but it's way too expensive. So it's
so expensive.
Yeah, it's I think $225
a month.
A month for one person.
For one person.
And if you want to share one, it's $300 and something. Oof. But the thing is, I know what you're paying for. The facility looks dope. They got everything in there, but you're paying for the network. The type of people that's in there. That's what you're paying for. You know.
Because I guess you can make connections there with the right people.
The right people,
I see. Business people, would you say?
Yeah. I feel like it'd be the equivalent of going to the golf range or to the cigar lounge or something like that. It's only a certain type person going in there on a regular basis.
Right.
And so I feel like those type of gyms attract a certain type of person, and if you like in a business situation or whatever, you're looking to network, those are the places you probably should go to.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to work my way up to justify $225 a month. So yeah.
Honestly, I feel like you got to invest in your health sometimes. And did you say it includes massages?
I don't know if it includes it. I know they
but
have
there's
it.
like an in-house person that does it.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
I'm sure it might be at a discounted price or something like that.
Yeah, we could talk about that later.
Yeah, let's look into it.
That's a lot of money.
Been golfing more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, golfing has been great for me so far.
I really do have to say that today I think we really made a lot of progress at the driving range today. Like I was hitting it really well, you were hitting it really well.
Yeah. Like I've told you, I found that guy online that I like.
Yeah.
So he just teaches it to where I can apply it. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
And I feel like every time I've watched him and I've went back to the driving range, I've made progress. So yeah, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I feel like it's something I'm about to be into like full fledged.
I agree. I think we're gonna be. I think you already are addicted, but I think
definitely.
I really do think that you're gonna get really good at golf.
Yeah, like I think so too.
Yeah, I know.
I think so
You're
too.
Like, I won't stop until I am.
Yeah. Like just one of those mental things. Like that's what it gives me. Gives my brain. It gets my brain away from work. Like me trying to, you already know how my brain works. I'm always thinking about how to make AL media better, or how do I do this, how do I do that. It gets my brain off that, and give it a different type of exercise. So yeah.
And you got to be super focused when you're doing it too. So like, there really is no room to think about other things when you're golfing.
That's very true. Or you end up slicing like I did today. Like I was hitting the ball so well today. Like I'm talking about. Made some adjustments, and I'm knocking them out of there. Boom, 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 consistent, straight. All of a sudden, something got into my head to where
I don't know what happened.
I just started slicing like 10 straight to the right, just slicing them.
Yeah.
But I got it back.
Yeah, you had to stay strong,
Yeah.
Just like life.
Yeah.
Yeah, life throws you curveballs like that.
I'm hitting the curveballs. I'm hitting curveballs, and But yeah, I made the adjustment and got it back.
Last night we carved pumpkins.
Oh yeah.
So that was like, honestly, I would say that's maybe like my third time carving pumpkins in my life, and we did amazing.
Yeah.
I will say our pumpkins look awesome.
Yeah, I feel like yours came out so clean.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Like it was just so clean.
I feel like the design that I had was just super clean. Like it was just super like easy with the straight lines and stuff like that. Right. So I think that's why it looked super clean. But yours was real intricate, real cool.
Yeah. It was. I think it came out cool. It was fun.
Yours came out really nice. Yeah. I think so.
Yeah, I think it came out okay. Yeah.
I think yours came out nice.
But yeah, that was fun. We made a mess in here.
You made a mess.
I attempted to make some. Some what do they call it? Some White Russians, but it was pumpkin spice white Russians.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a Pinterest fail. It tasted okay.
Yeah, I think if you like White Russians in general, like it would taste good. You would like it, but that's just not my choice of drink.
Yeah, me either.
How you're doing with music now?
I don't know, man. It's a constant battle with music. It's like hard for me to be like. What am I doing it for at the moment? Yeah.
So for those of you who don't know, like Rod went to school for music engineering.
Yeah. So I went for engineering, sound engineering, and finished up there. I did that in Arizona, and I did my internship in Miami. That's how I ended up in Miami for 6 years. I ended up working at a couple studios there. Produced a few things, engineered a few songs.
Yeah.
And
You've been doing music for like. Over a decade.
Way over a decade. Yeah, way. Yeah, I think I started back in, I want to say 2005.
Yeah.
Something around there. 2005, 2006 when I was in high school. And then I went and played basketball for a little bit in college. And then after that, I went to music school.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So, I mean, where I'm at now with it?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I mean, like, I love it for sure. Like, there's times where I can go make a beat, and I'm loving it, blah, blah, blah. But a lot of the recent times I've tried to make music, I just don't like what I'm making.
Yeah.
And then I'm just like, and it's like, what am I even making music for at the moment? What's the goal with it? You know what I'm saying? Like, is it just for fun?
yeah, like where am I trying to get to? Because honestly, I do feel like you have accomplished so much with music.
I did a few things.
Yeah, I think music has taken you to so many different places. Like, music is really the reason why you've lived in so many different places.
Now, that is a fact, yes.
Right? So it's really gotten you far, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And now I feel like you're just not doing it as much because, like, what is the goal now?
Yeah. It's weird, man, because, like, I had recently got into, like, sync licensing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, but what I learned about that is it's just as cutthroat as the music industry. You know what I mean? It is like you're in a pool. It's just like putting a song out and hoping it hits, like on the radio.
Right.
It's almost the same thing, except
like the lottery.
Yeah, almost. Yeah, but the only thing with sync that I do like is they give you like a direction. They be like, we need this type, this type, this type, this type. You know, make this. You know, but it's still hard. It's still hard. You're still throwing your penny in a bucket in a lake. You know what I mean? Hopefully someone sees it, hears it, you know. So I don't know, man. For me right now.
Yeah, I feel like that could get pretty discouraging.
That's exactly what happens. It's like, because I like to make music for me.
Right.
I do like to make the music that I want to hear. And so first off with the sync, you know, you're probably going to have to make something that you don't like.
Yeah. True, because you're trying to make exactly what they want.
What they want, so you're
they're asking for.
Yeah, you're gonna put your energy in something that you probably don't even like, and then hope that they pick it, and then you may get some bad feedback on it, or it's like, oh, this is cool, but it didn't get picked. Now you just spent that energy on what? Where does it go now?
Yeah, I see what you mean.
You know,
and I feel like it does take a long time to like make a beat. Because
sometimes,
I mean, it can. Yeah. Because I feel like if you're making it a certain way that someone wants it, and you're not really thinking that way, or like, you know, you don't really have a lot of inspiration for that.
That's facts.
Like, I feel like that could be really draining, like mentally draining.
That's exactly what it is for me. It's like going and making, oh yeah, we need a song for, you know, this energy company. It needs to sound like a Jack Harlow song with a twist of Kanye on it, but we need it to be Jay-Z's lyrics. That's how sync be going. Like, they be asking for this, like, gumbo of ingredients
that don't really go together.
They don't really go together, but you know, yeah, exactly. So it depends on like the music supervisor and how they describe the songs.
Right.
A lot of them I feel like doesn't describe them that well, you know, because you be getting briefs that sound like that. I'm like, how am I supposed to put all this together? How?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I did do something big with Sync. I got a couple placements with Sync.
Yeah.
The first one was Famous Footwear.
Move Your Feet.
It was called Move Your Feet, the name of the song. There was no brief for this one.
Right.
So I just, me and my friend Jaleesa, she was already doing it.
Yeah.
She's already doing it. And so we just like, let's just try to make some music that we would think would be on a commercial. So I went on and made a beat. And like, honestly, when I made the beat, I knew that was it. I was like, yo, I don't care. I remember sending the text, like, yo, I don't care what you say on this, but this is the one.
I feel like I remember you telling me that too.
I was like, this is the one for sure. I even showed my roommates at the time. I was like, yo, this is the one.
I'm getting up out of here.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like I remember you saying that. Like, actually, those exact words.
That's
like,
a fact.
This is the one.
This is the one. This is the one. And that was like in February of last year. Was it last year?
Yeah. 2023. Yeah.
2023. February, we made that record. And thing is, Jaleesa sent it back super fast. She sent it back within like a couple hours. That's how I knew another one. I was like, oh yeah, this is definitely it, because she got instant inspiration.
Yeah.
You know, and she sent back something super tight that sounded like it would be on a commercial.
Yeah, the words just came to her.
Yeah.
It was, that song is so good though. It's such a commercial song.
Yes.
Though. Like, I can't believe you guys did that in the time frame that you guys did that. Like, you told me it didn't take you long to make that beat, right?
No, it took me less than 10 minutes.
Yeah, like, that's crazy to me because the song is so good. It's so catchy. Yeah. And it's such a commercial song. Like, when it was on that commercial, I was like, oh yeah, like, that's perfect. It's the perfect song.
Yeah. And
so cool.
So we submitted it. We submitted it in, and we didn't really hear nothing back.
I was gonna say it took you a long time to hear anything back.
It took about
3-4 months.
Well, before it was finalized.
Okay,
like 3 or 4 months, I believe, and then but it was like a month later. they was like, can you send the stems in?
And that's a good
sign.
sign.
They started asking questions about it.
What's stems?
That means the individual sounds. So like the drums, the horns, the bass, all this stuff. You know, we need the stems. But you know what? Before that, they asked something else. It was like, who all produced this? Who did the lyrics? Who did this? And I was like, okay, they interested. Then they asked for the stems. That's when I was like, okay, we might have something here. We might have something. But yeah, I mean,
that was like a really big deal. That song was everywhere.
It was. Yeah, it ended up being close to 6 figures. Yeah, I think it ended up being like right at like 98,000 to the whole deal together. For the whole deal.
Yeah, but you don't get all of that.
No, you don't.
Unfortunately,
you don't get all of that. You know.
Unfortunately, even though he made it, you know.
Yeah, we got a good amount. It's the most money I've made off a record. Yeah. For no question. You know, no question. But after that, got 2 more. I think I got 3 total. And 2 more songs on the show Impact Atlanta. That's on BET Plus. I don't know, man. I want to get back into that, but right now I just don't find the motivation for it.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. I mean, you made the beat for this podcast.
Yeah. That's a fact. That is a fact.
So, yeah, if you guys didn't know, Rodney made the beat that you hear for the podcast.
In the intro, yeah.
He's also singing in it.
Shut up.
He's multi-talented, so,
you know, do a couple things.
So impressive. I came home one day from work. He's like, so nonchalantly, too. You're like, so what do you think of this? You played it. I was like, oh, this is so good. You're like, yeah, it's just something I put together.
Oh, chill out. Yeah.
I was like, relax. Oh, my God.
I was relaxed.
So nonchalant, and it was so good.
Yeah, I think it came out pretty good.
Oh, my God.
I'm glad you liked it. Yeah. I'm glad you liked
so
it.
So good.
Yeah.
It's exactly what we were talking about, though.
Yeah.
What it should be. So since you're not really, like, motivated to do music anymore, like, what do you spend your time doing?
I mean, mostly the video stuff. You know what I mean? Like, you know, focusing on marketing AO Media and doing it the right way. You know, like I just signed up for like this company called BizX, which it's like a bartering system, and so you get paid in BizX dollars. Like I just signed up, so I really don't know how it goes yet. But yeah, just the videography and the editing thing. You know, it's like where I'm finding my new love at. You know what I mean? Obviously, I still love music. Still gonna make music. I'm never gonna stop making music. You know, just at the moment, I can't justify sitting and making a beat all day or writing a song all day. You know, you know, and being like, "What'd you do today?" Yeah. Oh, I made this record.
Yeah.
For what? You know,
myself.
But like I don't know. I mean, just focusing on that, trying to build something that could be generational. That's what I want the AO Media to be.
Right.
So like I'm trying to spend quality time to grow that. Trying to figure out the best way. Trying to make like even this show the best it can be. You know, that's where I want to focus at, the marketing, the video editing, and so I mean I've been doing a lot of sports stuff.
Yeah.
I've been, you know, doing the
football.
I've been doing like stuff at O'Day High School. I just recently did Seattle Prep. The Seattle Prep game last Friday. Was that last Friday?
No, that was last
Thursday. Oh, on Thursday.
Yeah.
I went and filmed Seattle Prep, which I still ain't got paid for, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man. See, this is the weird thing about being like
industry
entrepreneur.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot of people, it feels like they don't take you serious.
Right.
You know, it's like
and no one's there to hold them accountable for it either, too. Like
exactly,
like you can, but I can
they
go
can
also
like,
just brush it off.
Where my money at? You know, type of thing. I don't want to be that person because I really want this to be like a real business. Ain't no real business coming to you like where my bread at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if someone just hits me up like, oh, hey, can you do this for me? I'm like, yes. You know, you gonna pay? They say, yeah. I just expect them to pay, especially if I sent the footage. You know what I mean? Especially then, you know, even before. But you know, that's just how it goes. I mean, I had a situation with that with the Wale concert.
Yeah.
You know,
what happened there?
All right, so
that was crazy though because you called it from the beginning.
Yeah, man. Like, so Wale is on tour right now. and he was coming to Seattle. He just recently came. When was it? Like the 19th.
Yeah.
He was in Seattle.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So someone hit me in my DMs. Supposedly his manager.
Not Wale's manager.
No, I'm sorry.
No.
Foggy Raw. Foggy Raw.
He was on tour with Wale.
With Wale,
yeah.
yes.
Okay.
So it was the Wale tour. Foggy Raw is on tour with Wale right now. Foggy Raw's manager DMs me, and he's looking for a videographer to do a vlog while they're in town. So I'm like, well, of course I'll do it. He established early this wasn't a paying gig, but he would offer 2 tickets to the concert.
Yep.
And I was like, okay, cool. I agree to that. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Because it'd be a huge opportunity. You never know who you can meet backstage.
Right.
Foggy Raw is huge. And I'm a fan of his music. So I was like, cool, let's do this. We were at Goodwill thrift shopping when this happened.
Yes, we were. Not Goodwill, Valley Village.
Valley Village, that's what it was.
But yeah, same thing.
Yeah. And so we went back and forth. He's asking me these weird questions about, what type of music you listen to. Do you know the vibe and all this stuff? And I'm just like, bro, I know who this guy is. Yes, I can do it.
Yeah.
Oh, send me your work. I sent him so many posts, so many this. I'm like, why'd you DM me? You already seen it. You already seen the work. That's why you DM me. Mm-hmm. So anyway, he left the impression on me that this wasn't happening. Even though I did my research, he is Foggy Raw's manager. He is with him, and they are on tour. I knew all of that. It was just something about the way he was handling it felt familiar. And I was like, yeah, this is
not going to happen.
This is probably not going to happen.
You literally said that when you got off the phone with him.
Yeah.
You told me that. I was like, didn't you just confirm with him that
you're
going to do it?
But it was just something. It's like,
you just know.
Yeah, I don't know. I just dealt with those type of people before, it feels like. And so we went about a week without talking because he hit me up early. He hit me up early. So he hit me up the next week and was like, yo, what's your Instagram again? And that right there was the confirmation for me to know I was not going to film at this concert.
Why that?
I knew for a fact. I don't know, but it was like, why would you ask for my Instagram again?
Because he messaged you on your Instagram,
on my Instagram, and I sent him my phone number. He sent me his phone number when we started texting.
Yeah.
But then we were also DMing back and forth. Even though he had my number, he would contact me through DM too. Yeah. So when he asked me for my Instagram again, I was like, this isn't happening. So yeah, he hit me up at like 5:30 a.m. on Thursday morning. This is October the 17th. The concert is October 19th. That's what we talked about and confirmed on. Right? So I hit him back and I was like, hey bro, I thought you said the 19th, but if you're in town, let me do it. I'll do it. Yeah. Let me know and I'll do it. And he was like, damn bro, I'm sorry, I'm burnt. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. He said it is the 19th. I was like, okay. He replies back with, I'll hit you up tomorrow to see if you can come film for us. And I'm like, what? That's still not the 19th.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that was so confusing for me.
What
are you talking about?
Yeah, I didn't know either.
I don't even know.
Yeah. And so the next day comes around the 18th. I don't hear nothing from him. The 19th comes around. I don't hear nothing from him. I was right.
You were right.
I knew
from the beginning, which is so weird to me, but I guess you have dealt with these types of people before, so I guess it's not that surprising that you have that instinct.
The entertainment industry is just so flaky. Like, people are here, then they're not. They're gonna do this, then they're not.
I'm gonna do this, and then I'm not.
Yeah, it's like that's.
And then no one really holds them accountable for it. Like, I mean, they're not gonna get in trouble.
Yeah, exactly.
Like by the teacher or by your manager. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like that just doesn't happen in the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
It's just if you're not there, the show's not happening, or you're not filming.
You're not filming.
Okay, that's fine.
I mean, that's just us entrepreneurs who are trying to build and trying to work and trying to build our portfolios, trying to get paid. This is where it goes down for us. Like, this is where you can end up quitting, going and get a regular job that you don't want. This is how you end up being unhappy. It's how you end up being depressed because of stuff like that. Like, if you don't have the will to just be like, all right, on to the next thing. I knew that wasn't happening anyway. You probably gonna be upset. You probably gonna be down on yourself. You probably gonna feel like you ain't good enough. You probably, you can come up with so many scenarios. Be like, oh, they probably found somebody else that's better. Blah 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 blah. Those are the things that us as entrepreneurs deal with, which everyone deals with those things. but it affects our livelihood.
And like your mental health.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And our mental health. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because you never kind of feel stable as an entrepreneur.
That's very true. Yeah,
you're never really feeling like stable. You know, you get one gig, you're like, sweet, when's the next one?
Facts.
Like that's you're literally thinking about the next one already.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know that's me for sure. Like when I get one, I'm not happy about it.
You're like, I need another one.
I need another one before I even
finish this one.
Before I even started shooting for this one.
Where's my next one?
Where's the next one at?
Yeah.
You know.
I get that. Like I feel like that makes sense, like to be that way, and it's nice to know that you have that drive and that like that ambition that's always going to push you forward.
Yeah. Is there such thing as being too ambitious?
I mean, I don't think so. I think there's a point where maybe you're like pouring into something that's not like pushing you forward. Maybe can seem over ambitious. You know, 'cause if you're like, I don't know, trying to make a coffee, like you open up a coffee shop and you try to make it become really poppin', really popular, and it, you know, years go by and you're still not breaking even.
Yeah.
You know, like that could be overly ambitious, sort of.
Yeah.
Or like just not making a smart move.
I mean, I do feel like sometimes my ambition and drive has affected my mental health. It's like I want this stuff so bad that I'll end up putting myself last. You know what I mean? Putting everything else first instead of checking on myself. You know what I mean? So like putting AO Media first, I'll end up doing so many things for free.
Right.
So many things for free. So okay.
Which affects your livelihood. Exactly. You're saying.
Exactly. So I was like, I'll put this. I'll go ahead and do this for this person. Do this for this person. Oh, I'm doing it for exposure. Right. I'm doing it because I don't know nobody here yet. I got a network. I got to do this. All the while, I still got to edit all this mess. Which means I'm probably not getting enough sleep. Which probably, you know me, I'm not eating.
Yes. You don't eat when you're working.
And then I get to a point where I'm like, I don't even enjoy this. This is bullshit. I don't even like this.
Yeah.
Why am I doing this? So like you end up, for me, myself, I end up putting myself last and putting everything else in front of that, in front of me. You know what I mean? So like that's what it does for me in my mental health. You know?
And then it brings you to a point where like you can't do it anymore. You're like,
you're spent.
And then there's a point where you do end up putting yourself first, and then I don't know, you might hurt someone in the making, or like
it's true.
Somebody.
You end up exploding on someone. You end up saying no to people that you shouldn't even say no to. You know,
because you don't have the energy for it.
You don't have the energy for it anymore. And then I don't know, man. It's a lot that goes into it, and it's not for everybody. I know I am. I can deal with it. I know what type of person I am. I can deal with it. I do probably need to take more breaks. I do probably need to take care of myself a little better when it comes to, you know, my mental health. When it comes to it. But it ain't for everybody. It ain't.
Yeah, I feel like we've talked about that before too. Like, I can't really imagine myself like not having a stable job. Or like being an entrepreneur. I think for me, I would be stressed 24/7.
Yeah.
Like anxious, like 24/7. I'm really lucky to have a job that's like super stable. Like, you know, even during COVID and stuff, like I had a job compared to everyone else. You know what I mean? Like my job security is like 100%.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So, like,
it's pretty nice. Yeah.
To think about like not having that though, like that would scare me. Like it is scary. But then again, like life is about taking risks, you know? Like, and for me, that would be such a risk.
Yeah, man.
I could see myself like doing that eventually. Like I could see myself like taking the risk and like becoming an entrepreneur or whatever. I could see myself doing it. I don't think I can see it soon.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
You know? Yeah. And it would have to be something that like I know is going to be successful.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess this lifestyle is where I can operate. And I feel like it goes to back childhood growing up. I honestly believe I made life look easy growing up. No one never knew what I was going through. Yeah. And so I can operate in that chaos. I can help people get out of their chaos. Like, I'm good with that. I'm like, yo, if you in a crisis, I'm good in that. Yeah. I know how to operate in that. And it's not really a flex, but it is at the same time because you shouldn't have to operate in that.
Exactly.
You know,
yeah.
I'll tell you right now, even being here, it's crazy because like recently I was thinking, I was like doing Instacart or something, and I was like, damn, my mind's going a mile a minute. A mile a minute. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Yeah. I'm trying to find something in my head, and I don't know what it is. And then I finally just thought, I was like, damn, you know what it is? I'm happy, and I don't know how to handle it. Things are great.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, where is the fuck up at?
Where? Yeah.
I need to fix something.
Yeah. Yeah. You're not used to life being like that.
Yes.
You know, like where everything is great.
Everything is just stable, cool, good. I'm just like
when is something going to happen?
Something ain't right. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. And
that's the craziest feeling to have, though. But I feel like I know what you're talking about because I could relate. Like, I feel like for me, like, when my parents were sick, like, that was always something that was on my mind. And I was like, I was always kind of operating. I was always thinking that the worst was going to to happen. I got a phone call. I'm like, oh, my God, someone died. Or, like, you know, like bad news, something all the time. But...
I guess even in your job, like where you do your best work is when someone's sick.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like your job kind of calls for that.
Yeah, that is weird.
You know, when something bad is happening is where it's like, this is my time.
Yeah.
You know, this is
that's
my time.
True.
So like,
and you know what? Even relating that to like sports, right? Like sports, I mean, basketball could be chaotic, obviously, like when you're playing sports and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I really thrived under pressure.
Same, yeah.
Under the pressure of making a free throw or something like that, I knew I could handle those moments.
Yeah.
And I knew I could handle the team. I was the captain and blah, 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 blah. Like, people relied on me for that stuff.
Right.
And so, like, what is that?
I don't know, man. Like, it's a weird thing for me, for sure. Like I guess I've been in this, like, survival mode for so long that I'm just like, this is where I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable
being in survival mode
when it's chaos. And it's a weird thing. I feel like it's a good trait to have. But I'll tell you right now, as I'm getting older, I don't want the shit to be in chaos no more. I don't want it to be. I'm like, okay, where?
Tired of it.
Yeah, where is that? You think I told you this? I've said it. You've heard me say it. I don't want to fight for this no more. I don't want to fight for things to be good anymore. I don't want to. I'm like, I'm tired of. Will things just work for me? When will they just work for me?
Yeah.
When will I just turn on the computer and it just loads perfectly? When? When?
I hope.
When is that gonna happen? Soon. You know, my shit got to go through update. Got to do all this, just for me to go and edit something. You know, that's just like a metaphor for just like how things working in my life. But I'll say now, it's not like that, and I don't know how to handle it. I'm just like, kind of.
Is that something you've been feeling like lately?
Happiness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like, no, I just meant like, I meant like ever since we've been in Seattle. Or like.
No, at first it was cool. It was like my environment. It was like, okay, let me figure this. Let me fix this. Let me fix this. Let me fix this. Let me fix this. You know, I can fix something. Let me fix the next thing. Boom, boom, boom. Till there's nothing left to fix.
Yeah.
And I don't know what to do with myself.
Play golf.
Play golf.
Fix your swing.
Found something I'm not good at, so I can go and fix that.
You know what? It makes sense because you are literally like obsessed with golf right now. We're sitting watching TV. You're watching videos.
I'm watching videos on golf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense. You're trying to pour like your energy into something else. You don't have to fix really anything right now. Like our life is pretty good right now.
Yeah.
You know?
Dang.
But that's not a bad thing, like to pour your energy into golf.
Right.
It is cool that you're acknowledging like what's going on though.
Yeah. Like, I honestly,
because I never knew that. I never knew that like they were so happy.
I know I don't show it that well, but
well, no, I just feel like you get quiet a lot.
Okay.
And so when you get quiet, I can see the wheels turning in your head. Mm-hmm. And so that makes me feel like you're stressed about something.
No, lately I've been...
So that's what I have been thinking that you've been feeling like, because...
No.
You look like everything's turning in your head.
I'm trying to create a problem in my head. I'm trying to create, like, I feel like just what it is. Just like, okay, where does this go? Like, where does this I need to fix it energy go?
Mm-hmm. Right.
And so I'm just, yes, I have been getting quiet because I'm just like thinking, like, what do I do? Mm-hmm. What do I do? Just watch basketball, nigga. Just go sit down. Just go. Yeah. Just go sit down.
You can just sit and watch.
Yes. I went to, this is how I knew I was like happy. I was doing Instacart, and then I just said, I'm going to the driving range by myself. I would have never did that ever. I would have never did anything that has no, like, there is no reward or like anything for me getting good at golf.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
No, it's literally
and I would have
satisfaction.
Never did that because there was nothing to show for it afterwards. I'm always doing things that I'm like, look what I did. You like this? You like this? This is what I did. This is what I did.
Right.
And I was like, I'm going to play golf. You know?
That's it. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And so, it's like, yeah, I'm happy.
You're happy. Oh, I'm happy you're happy.
I'm glad you're happy. What the fuck? I'm glad we're happy.
I'm glad we're happy.
Yeah.
We're fat and happy. I'm just kidding. We're not. I don't know why I said that.
There's a thing.
It is, yeah. They go
There's
together.
There's a thing, yeah. There's
a
thing. Yeah. That's funny. All right.
Oh, good job, Rod.
Yeah, appreciate it. All right. You want to get into the little Bible verse?
Yeah. Speaking of happiness, let's turn to God.
Now this could change the tide. Now this could change the tide.
Let's hear it.
All right. So this is Philippians 1:6. Mm-hmm. So if you don't know, this is the segment where we go over a Bible verse and we have a little Bible study because we're both trying to learn the Bible. Mm-hmm. So figure it's a better way because we can get people involved who could probably teach us too. That's what I feel like too. So like you guys seeing this and you don't agree with what we're saying or you do agree, let us hear it because we're just here to try to learn this over. Like me, I kind of know some. Mm-hmm. You kind of know some. We're trying to reconnect, see, especially as grown-ups. We were we were always in the church when we were kids. Mm-hmm. Yep. Not too much as grown-ups.
Yeah.
So So let's see what this is. All right. You want me to do a sentence by sentence again?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Philippians 1:6. And I am certain that God, who began the good work within you, will continue his work until it is finally finished on the day when Christ Jesus returns.
Oh my God. I blacked out.
That's a thing.
I cannot comprehend these words for some reason. It's been a thing for me for a very long time, which is why I don't remember anything from the Bible. I am serious that I cannot comprehend these passages.
It's because it's still like reading the Bible is like in a way we don't talk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Nobody speaks this way.
Yeah, that's true.
And so I actually had a Bible. It was called the Good News Bible. Oh. My aunt Josephine bought it for me. Mm-hmm. And it's in the Bible. It's the Bible and all the verses, but they're reading in layman terms. Oh, and it was the best way for me to learn the Bible. And
that's really cool.
Yeah. So we should probably get one of those.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, because it's in modern language. Mm-hmm. No one talks this way. I understand what this means.
Right.
But
after reading it one time, you can summarize that.
Yeah. But you want me to read it again?
It's so crazy to me that I can't.
No, I get it because I feel like once I black out too sometimes.
Yeah, I did have one of my best friends message me after she watched the first podcast, and she was like, that literally happens to her too.
Yeah, I feel like it happens to a lot of us.
I really thought it was only me. No. I cannot summarize that.
No.
I don't really.
All right, so I'm going to read it one more time, and we'll see what we come with. Philippians 1:6. And I am certain that God, who began the good work within you will continue his work until it is finally finished on the day when Christ Jesus returns. So what I get from that is God has started working with you. Mm-hmm. He's put the good work in with you. He's, he already has. He already has. Mm-hmm. And he will continue.
Until you die.
That's it.
Thank you. Okay. I feel like I got the first part of that, but then the last part I was like, until what is it? Until it is finally finished on the day when Christ Jesus returns. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't put that 2 and 2 together for some reason.
Yeah. So I feel like that's basically what it is. Is like he's done good things. Mm-hmm. He will continue to do these good things. Mm. He has started. This is a continuous thing. It's a continuing
for your
job.
Whole life.
Yeah, for your whole life. Mm. You will never be. It's only finished when you die.
Oh my God.
These are works that being a believer, a Christian, religious is a lifelong thing.
Got it.
Not some temporary thing. Mm-hmm. It's a thing that you're going to have to work on. He's going to work with you on that until
you die.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's what I get from that.
Mm. So I feel like growing up Catholic and stuff like that, there was a period in time, after high school, mm-hmm. as a young adult, that I don't feel like I was very Christian-like.
Okay.
And so now that we're in our 30s and we're coming back to it, mm-hmm. This is a good reminder that, we are coming back to our faith kind of, and it is a journey, it is going to be something that is going to be in and out of our lives, I'm sure. Yeah. Until we die. Yeah. I feel like even at the end of life, when you're on your deathbed and stuff like that, you're definitely going to be praying.
Definitely going to be praying.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And even if you haven't been
mm-hmm.
Christian, Christian-like,
mm-hmm.
I mean, before that, I'm sure when you're on your deathbed, you will be.
That's fact. That is fact. I feel like most people, when they feeling like it's at the end, they definitely going back to what they know. Mm-hmm. What works, what their, their fears start to,
but then doesn't that make you question why you stop? Why is it that we both know if at the end of your life that you will start praying to God? Mm-hmm. Why does it take that?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that is a true thing, and I feel like a lot of us probably suffer with that. It's why? It is the question why. Why do I do these things? Or why do I live this way when I know for a fact this is what I should be doing? Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I just thought of that now too, because I just started talking about end of life, and why would I only need God when I'm down? When I'm mm-hmm. Losing at life or whatever.
Yeah, that's what most people do.
And I think it's hard to remember that even when things are going well, you should be praying, and you should be thanking.
Gratitude.
Yeah. Comes down to gratitude again.
Yeah, man. I feel like that's a lot of people do. It's people will remember God when in their losses, mm-hmm. forget them when the wins. Yes. When actually you prayed to get out of those losses, you got out of those losses,
and then you just didn't need it anymore.
And you're I did this. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. Yeah. No.
Mm-hmm. And I'm so guilty of that. I can totally say that for myself, 1,000%. Yeah. But really, I'm starting to question, why? When everything's going well, you just are gonna abandon what got you out of it.
Yeah, I feel
that's crazy. That's a crazy logic to have.
It really is. It really is. It's such a simple thing that it sounds like, but it's I feel like there's so many people who deal with that. Mm-hmm. Some of us, especially where I'm from, we're all conditioned to say thank God for everything, right? Yeah. And it's just out of a habit. Mm-hmm. It's not a praise. An intentional thing. Yeah, it's not an intention where I'm really thanking God. It's I'm just saying thank God as just like a sigh of relief almost. Mm-hmm. Thank God that it's that. I just said it again. Right. Thank God that it's thank God. And not anything else. But we should be more intentional on praising God, thanking God when things go good, when things work out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like now that we're both really happy.
Thank God.
Thank God.
Yeah. We have been intentional about the gratitude, though.
That's true.
You know,
I agree.
I feel like you have reminded me, and I remind you to be thankful for things, you know.
Yeah.
You know, just yesterday I was like, man, these little bitty batches of Instacarts, you're like, well, be thankful you're getting some. And I'm like, oh, thank God.
Thank you. So grateful.
Yeah. Yeah,
It really is the little things, though.
Yeah, it is. That's yeah, because I mean, in every situation, it's the little things that you really remember that changes the whole spectrum of what you're going through. It's those little things. It's not the big idea. It's the little things that happen that changes everything. So, yeah.
Yeah, amen to that.
Yeah, that was good. See, you understood what that meant. You didn't even know.
I did.
Yeah.
I guess I had to talk it out.
Yeah,
I had to talk it out.
Yeah.
That's all.
All right.
All right, so that's it for the Bible verse today.
That's it for the Bible verse.
Bible study. Our Bible study.
Yes, our Bible study. So, yeah, if you got any thoughts on that, leave them in the comments. Let's have a conversation. Let's all learn together. No judgment. Don't judge us. Let's just learn.
Yeah, I want to know what you guys think about what we just talked about. Like, do you pray a lot when you're happy and when things are going really well? Or do you pray a lot when things aren't going really well for you?
Yeah.
Let us know.
Let us know.
Okay, moving on. Wow, look what I have on my topic for the first one.
Yeah.
This is interesting, and I can't wait for you to explain it.
Okay.
I have here sex doll. Let's hear what Rod has to say about this one.
All right. So, yeah, sex dolls. Well, it's actually sex robots.
Oh.
Yeah. So let me
robots.
let me read it and then we can go and talk about it. All right. So robotic sex dolls are designed to be indistinguishable physically, cognitively, and emotionally from an actual human.
What?
Except hotter and prepared to fulfill any fantasy.
Oh my God. So
yeah.
It's a robot.
So yeah, it's a robot that they've taken, you know, mannerisms and, you know, everything from a human.
A personality, really?
Yeah, personality. You know, ran it through the AI.
Wow.
And they put it into these sex robots now.
Oh my God.
So I feel like that changes the game a lot. Like, I feel like, first of all, it's weird to me.
Yes,
it's weird.
I agree.
I don't feel like it solves a temporary problem. And it's going to create more mental health things.
Wait, is this the beginning of the end of procreation?
So I think, you know what? That's the thing that's going on too. Have you heard about the... Wait now. Wait. So this goes along with that, and I don't know all the facts, but they have now started these incubator babies into where, yeah, they're growing inside of a robot. So you can go and build a human for real. So you can go and pick eye color, hair color, features, height, weight, all this stuff from a genetic pool and build
a baby. But in a robot, you said?
Yeah, it's being built. It's being like an incubator type of thing.
I see.
It looks, now they got it, now from the picture I've seen, they had it in like a human form.
Okay.
Could be fake. That could be just for the article. But basically that's what it is.
Oh my gosh.
Now, they did that to solve a problem. Because
What's
I don't know if you know, the birth rate has drastically decline, and it's continued to decline all across the world. And so they're saying that's going to cause a problem in the near future. So they're trying to, we're not having sex, making babies fast enough, basically.
So we got to make our own babies in an incubator.
Yeah, so that's what they're trying to do to solve that problem.
Whoa.
Which can get scary, because if that's the case, they probably have the ability, which I've always believed, you know me, I'm a conspiracy theory, they can build superhumans. That's what because if you're able to just go through a genetic pool and pick, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this.
Isn't that in a movie? I feel like this is in a movie.
It sounds like a movie.
I definitely feel like I've seen something like this because that's crazy.
But yeah,
that is scary.
That part is scary to me because that was a good point you brought up because that could be the end of procreation because people are getting to where they don't want to deal with people anymore. You ask people what they hate the most, they say people.
Yeah, going to the grocery store and seeing people.
You know.
I can kind of relate in a smaller aspect though. Like I feel like I like work with people every day. So many people. Yeah. You know, so when I come home, I'm like, I don't want to go out see more people. I don't want to go to the market and like be around so many people. I just don't. Yeah.
And I honestly believe that, you know, like when COVID happened, it showed people how much they really don't like people. Yeah. People probably didn't realize how much they can function without being around people and how much they like being with themselves. Right. That now they'll be like, okay, I might as well just going to get this sex robot for companionship. Yeah. I can have a conversation with this. You know, Tesla got the robot coming out. They just displayed it the way you'll be able to buy one. That go do little things around the house for you, blah, 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 blah. You know, just like the iRobot movie. Have you seen it? No. Oh, we should watch that. We should watch that one. Because, we should definitely watch iRobot with Will Smith. It's good. But, okay, so to the sex robot thing, someone said, in reply to that, they said, if a dog could replace a woman, then it says more about the man and how he views women.
If a dog can replace a woman,
it says more about the man than the woman. Oh. Yeah, it says more about the man's character than actual
woman's character.
Yeah. How do you feel about that?
I feel like that makes sense.
It makes sense to me.
I think that actually makes sense. Yeah. I also feel like sometimes this could be an aspect of it too, where men want to control everything about a woman. Yes. Right? And so like maybe the human woman isn't doing what they want, or they haven't met a woman that listens to them, wants to do certain things that they want to do, like sexually even. Yeah. And so this might be a good solution for them. Yeah. This is something that they can control 100%. And when they talk to them, it's AI generated. So
it's going to reply to please you.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And they, these could be men that believe that women, that is like the sole purpose of women. You know what I mean? Like.
Well, the thing is, like, people, the crazy part about that is that we initially think it's about, when we think about sex dolls, we think about it's for men. But no, there's both. There's for men and women. Oh. So it's going to go for both. It's going to go for both parties.
Yeah, I feel like this is a control thing.
Yeah, it's for the women who want to control things. It's for people. That's basically at the bottom line of it, I feel like. So. For the person who has control issues, want to control things, and they don't want no pushback on nothing.
They want a submissive partner.
This is for you.
This is
for you.
Get yourself a robot. If you want a submissive partner, get yourself a robot, because that is the only thing. Yeah, I mean, but for me, I honestly believe this creates more problems than solving. Like I feel like it's not. Oh, 1,000%. I don't think this is a solution to it. Yeah. I think this like helps those people who want to be in control of things, but I don't think that it's good for humankind. Yeah. At all.
What if you met somebody who had a sex doll, a sex robot? Like, what if you was like, say we went together, right? Oh, okay, we'll just use us. It's like, hey, babe, something I ain't tell you is I used to date a robot. Yeah.
I can't even take you seriously. That's crazy. You're doing this.
So what about you? So I'm just saying, my ex used to do everything I told her to do. You know what I mean? That's what I'm used to. That's what I'm expecting from you. Well, who was your ex? Oh, the robot.
You're asking what I would do? Yeah. I'm out. I'm out. I'm not doing every single thing you say. I'm not a dog.
Oh, whoa. That's a new conversation right there, though. Whoa. Because I've said this before to you. I've said this before to you, though. I feel like people get dogs for that same reason.
To control them. You have said that to me.
Yes, I feel like people do get dogs for companionship, but also for something they can control.
Yeah. Because I could see that, but I don't think that's the case for me.
Okay, maybe it's not for you.
1,000%.
But I do think I ain't say most cases, but some people get dogs and for whatever reason, they want to treat them like humans. And then they'll go and say, "Oh, this is my baby," and you know how I feel about that. I do not. A dog is not your baby. It's your dog. Baby is a whole different thing.
Yeah.
You saying it's your baby, you want to treat it like it's a baby, blah, 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 but it's not a baby. Because a baby is not about to do what you just said, whatever you tell it to do.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? People are trying, and I do think people are trying to replace
babies with dogs. I can see that.
They ain't got and that's another reason for the decline.
Well, I mean, dogs are cheaper.
Yeah.
And you can train them to do whatever you want them to do.
Yeah.
So, like,
and you ain't got and you don't have a lifelong commitment.
Right. And yeah.
You know.
Right. Yeah, because you outlive your dog.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Most of the time, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there's people who just genuinely love dogs. But nah, you know, I feel like some people out there with other.
Do you think that I treat Leo like a human?
Yes.
Does that annoy you?
Yes. Sometimes.
What could I do to fix it?
Ain't nothing you can do. He's already there. Like, he's cool. You know, like he's cool enough, but I do feel like, I feel like he was treated like a human. Put it that way.
Yeah.
I feel like he was treated like a human baby.
So, for those of you who don't know, I have a 3-year-old Aussie Doodle that I raised.
You and Emily raised.
I was gonna say that I raised with my best friend Emily, and he was really spoiled by both of us.
Yeah.
He's the first dog I've ever had. Like we didn't have a family dog growing up. I've never had a dog in my life. But
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I've never been around a dog even.
Really?
Like growing up.
Oh dang! Okay, I didn't know
The
that.
only people that had dogs were my cousins Jenny and Jordy, and they didn't have them like their whole life either.
Yeah.
I mean, our whole childhood. I mean.
Yeah.
They didn't have them for very long.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I was never really around dogs.
Yeah.
Growing up. So.
Yeah.
He's my first dog, and so I like really, really spoiled him.
Yeah,
he slept on my bed with me. He would go on the couch and everything. I would take him on walks, take him to the dog park every day.
No, yeah, he lived.
And me and Emily would cuddle him every single day.
Yeah.
Every day. So he got a lot of love. And then when we moved to Seattle with Rodney's a hard no on the couch, hard no on the bed.
Yeah, I got him.
And it was such an adjustment, even for me.
Yeah.
And for Leo. Like, I think he struggled a little bit at the beginning.
He's struggling still. He's still struggling. But
I think we both are. Like,
yeah, but he gets it, though. Like, and obviously you have made the compromise to do it. But he definitely knows not to, especially when I'm around.
Yeah.
You know, I honestly I get it. Like, I'm not like some fucking Nazi about it. I get it. Just like yesterday, I came in the house, you would sleep on the couch. Yeah. He would sleep on the couch with you. I didn't say anything to him. I didn't say get down or nothing. He just looked up, looked at me, got off the couch, and went and got on his bed. I was like, yeah,
that is the funniest thing. Yeah. I was asleep for the whole thing, so I didn't even see that. I was like,
dang.
But I was like, good for him.
Yeah,
like,
I told Emily right away. I said, Emily,
what was her reaction?
I sent her a voice note about it. She just thought it was funny. And she was like, well, I told you no rules when you're not there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, he gets it. He understands it. Like, I honestly don't, like, I'll be over-exaggerating about, like, the whole treating them like human thing. It's just that I grew up with a lot of dogs, and they were dogs.
Yeah.
They were dogs. They weren't anything else but dogs. They were family members. They were the family dog, though. You know.
Yeah. There was a distinction.
They knew where they eat. They knew where they sleep. There was nothing. No, it's like I like things to have their place. What they are is what they are.
Did you ever cuddle your dogs?
Me?
Yeah.
No. Yeah, obviously, I'm petting my dog. Blah 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 blah. Yeah. But no, I'm not cuddling my dog. No, he's not in the bed with me.
Like hugging him?
No.
Have you ever hugged Leo?
No. No.
I hug Leo every day.
Yeah, you hug him every day. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. I definitely understand it. Like I said, I'm not like, but no, there's just some things, some lines I can't. No, being in the bed with me, nah. No, he has a bed.
He has a bed.
You know, he has a bed. I'm not going to lay in his bed. He ain't getting none of my food. He got food. He got dog food.
You know what, though? You have been sneaking him some food.
Oh yeah.
You've been sneaking him some like leftover meat.
Well, yeah, I give him some steak gristle,
juices,
some steak gristle and stuff like that. Yeah, I give him some for sure.
Yeah, but that was something I never did with him. I've never given him human food.
Yeah, sometimes our dogs only ate human food, though. That's true. Only scraps. Or like my grandma and my great grandma and her sister, the dogs never eat dog food. They cook their food for them.
Wow.
Yeah, but
it's like Tito Willie.
He did the same thing?
Yeah.
Yes, they would cook their food for the dogs.
The dogs were Filipino. Just kidding. They just had the leftover food. The leftover Filipino food every night.
Dogs were Filipino.
They ate Filipino food every day.
That's funny.
I know.
But yeah. It's to each his own. You know what I mean? It's just for me. It's really for me. It's the bed furniture thing I don't like. That's like.
That's just germs for you though. It's not really.
Yeah, the dog is dirty. No licking me in the mouth. None of that either. Lick on the face. None of that. I don't. My homie licked his dog. Yeah. You seen that?
Oh my God, he stuck his tongue out to his dog. I was like.
And let his dog lick his tongue. I'm like, bro, what are you doing?
I've never done that.
That's on some.
Weird.
That's on some. You're going to go to jail. You need to. You need to spend a couple nights. What are you doing? Kissing your dog.
Making out with your dog.
Yeah.
Tongue to tongue
with your dog. No, that's a little much. It's like doggy porn or something. I don't like that. Mm-hmm. I don't like the dog licking me in the face. The dog was cleaning himself, cleaning his privates with his tongue. He go outside, lick everything. Then you want me to come in the house and lick me? No. You want to go outside and take a dump? Then come get in my bed? No, it ain't happening. It ain't happening. No.
Oh man.
No.
I get it. I've compromised. This is where we're at.
Yeah.
We're doing it.
Yeah, we're good.
It's
we're
fine.
happy.
It's fine. We're happy. Yeah, I'm happy.
We're happy. Yeah.
I struggle. I think I'm still struggling a little bit.
But
because whenever you leave, I immediately hug him.
Yeah. I'm not stopping you from hugging your dog now.
I know.
No, you already.
Cuddle him.
I'm about to say, I'm not stopping you from hugging and cuddling your dog. It's just that I don't want him in the bed. I don't want to sleep in the bed that smells like a dog.
Yeah. I get that.
No. Mm-hmm. That's it.
We took our cuddle time to the floor. That's where we cuddle now.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Back on track here.
Yeah.
Sex robots. How did we get to dogs? Oh, companionship.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, with the sex robots, we talk about the incubator babies with the procreation. Mm-hmm. I guess it could lead into the next thing I seen that I told you about was there's a company in, I think, Silicon Valley, I believe, in the Bay Area. It's a startup. Mm-hmm. They have started to communicate where two people can communicate through dreams.
Cool. Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, it sounds cool.
Well, communicate through dreams or go on adventures in your dreams.
See, I don't know. I don't know that much about it, but from what I've seen is, so here it is. It says a Bay Area startup says it has unlocked a way for communication between humans during sleep. Yeah.
Okay.
It says,
I feel like the reason for that would be to do fun things in your dreams or something.
I know, I don't know.
Like,
yeah, what would be the point of this?
Exactly, communicating in your dreams. Okay, being in each other's dreams, I think is cool. But what are you gonna do with that?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what you do with this.
What's the thought process?
I don't know. So it says that they reached this milestone on September 24th of this year with the technology that linked two people in a lucid dream state. It achieved the communication again in October, so they did it twice successfully.
Cool.
September and October. So yeah, I mean, so it gives an example. Mm-hmm. It says that, for example, when this participant found himself in a lucid dream, our server sent him a random word. So nobody knew what the word would be, and in the lucid dream, he replied. Oh. So the server was connected to him. Mm-hmm. I guess they can study his sleep. Yeah. There's things that study his sleep, right? Mm-hmm. They found a way to send him a word in the dream, though.
Okay. And then they're not necessarily in the dream together. No, it doesn't seem like it.
It doesn't seem like.
They're communicating.
So it says our server detected his reply and confirmed that it was right. And when the next person found herself in the lucid dream, we sent over his answer, and she repeated it as well.
Oh, in the dream or when she woke up?
In the dream.
Huh.
She replied back, while dreaming. But you know what this sounds like to me, though? It's like, I know your brain doesn't stop working when you're asleep.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So, like, if there's something connected to my brain while I'm sleeping, it's still functioning.
Yeah.
So, it still functions the same way as if I'm awake, I'm guessing.
I think so. Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's all that is.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it's like...
It's just reading.
Like, you send me... Like, while I'm sleeping, you send me a word hungry, and I reply, eat. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? It's
agree.
like, that's what I would say. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it feels like.
That sounds weird.
You know, unless they know something we don't, or I haven't read enough on it, but that's what it seems like. But I think it would be cool to, like, go on adventures. Like, if you could...
True. Yeah, that's initially what I thought when you said you can communicate through dreams. Like, I thought we could both, like, be in a different place in our dreams, and we can, like, do things, like virtual reality.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I don't know, man. They're stumbling on... I can't even say that word.
Stumbling
upon all this new technology. I don't know, like, it's moving at a really fast rate, and like this could be
a flop.
Maybe a flop.
Yeah.
Unless they found a way to where we both come out of the dream and we both know exactly what happened.
Right.
We did it together.
Yeah.
You know?
I agree with
that.
that.
That would be...
That would make more sense.
It'll make more sense. I don't even know how cool that would be, though.
Yeah. I don't really know either.
What do you think dreams are anyway?
What are dreams?
Yeah, what do you think dreams are?
I don't really know. Like your imagination when your unconscious imagination, maybe? I'm not really sure.
Yeah, it's cause your brain works, like, you have dreams while you're awake.
Right, totally.
Like, I have fantasies or, like, thoughts.
What are your fantasies?
Stupid. It's like, you know, you have these things while you're awake also. Like, your brain really works. You can go to a different state in your head that seems like a dream, but you're wide awake. You know, like a daydream.
I think it's like the freshest thing that's in your mind, I would think.
Yeah.
Like, you're unconsciously thinking about it, and then your mind, like, paints a picture as to, like, what it would look like.
But do you think dreams mean anything then?
Sometimes I think they do, for sure. Like, people get, like, messages in their dreams and stuff like that, I think.
Yeah, so does that mean dreams are something more than that then?
I don't know. I have no idea.
More than just your imagination?
I think it could be. If you open up that, like, third eye.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, people have... What?
The pineal gland.
Oh, really? Is that what that is?
The third eye, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like, you know how some people have that premonition or, like, have that third eye where they can communicate with people that have passed?
Yeah. Like, my mom does that. You know, she does it for people. She does a little medium work.
Yeah.
You know, she does that. Yeah, I mean, we experienced stuff like that my whole life, you know,
right.
Especially with, like, you know, spiritual stuff.
So then what do you think about dreams?
I mean, for me, it seems as if what I want to believe is that there's another timeline that we're when we sleep, that we're going to experience another life in our dream. That's what I feel like when we go to sleep, we're experiencing stuff we did before this physical life right here, or there's another parallel that we're living in.
Whoa, that's crazy.
I don't know, it's just one of those conspiracy things I like.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't feel like what about for the people that don't really dream? Like, I actually don't have a lot of vivid dreams that I remember.
I don't know, yeah.
I'm not a big, like, I don't wake up and I'm like, oh my God. But, like, I've definitely had, like, a handful of times maybe, but
yeah.
I'm not a big dreamer.
I don't know. I don't know. So I don't know. Like what this. I don't know enough about the brain. I don't know. It's just like stuff that I would like to, like I said, fantasize about. It's like it would be cool if it was like another parallel universe that I go to when I go to sleep.
Yeah, that would be cool.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's what that is, because some things are just way too detailed. That stuff that you have never seen in your life that you see in your dream.
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
I agree with that.
Where does that inspiration for the dream come from?
Right.
Where do your brain get that from? Like, are you living there? Or is it just a memory?
Or is this a dream?
Or is this the dream? You know what I used to think?
We are living the dream.
So I have my baby sisters are twins, right? For a long time, I thought I was in a dream.
You thought you were in a dream?
When I was a kid.
Why?
I don't know. I have no clue why.
What?
But I swear
what do they have to do with your sisters?
That's just the timeline.
Oh, okay, I see.
That's just the time. That would just give you a timeline. Yeah, I was like around 8 years old. There was like those first years when there were babies.
Yeah.
I would always think I was in a dream.
What? You must have like watched something on TV that made you think that you were in a dream, because that's random.
I don't know. Those
An
times
8-year-old to think that.
I don't know. Those times, huh?
An 8-year-old to think something like that is pretty like extravagant.
Yeah, but I don't know. What I've been thinking about over the years when I think about that time, those times were so difficult that maybe that was just my escape from the times. Like, this is just a dream.
Oh,
that's what I think.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And you still remember like thinking that way?
Yes, I still remember thinking. It was like every day I was like, this is a dream.
Because things were so bad.
Dude, Mama just had twins, like by herself. Mm-hmm. It was me and Mama. What
about Ashley?
Well, yeah, I'm talking about taking care. But
she was also young.
Ashley was young. You know what I mean? Yeah. Me and Mama taking care of the kid, taking care of the two girls. You know, and yeah, it was. Yeah.
You were a parent.
I wasn't exactly a parent, but I helped out a lot.
Yeah.
I had a lot of responsibility. That's when I grew up. Like, that was the end of my childhood. 8 years old.
Yeah, 8 years old. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
Like, it was wild. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, it was dope at the same time when I look back on it. But as a kid, it was like, this is the dream.
Like, this isn't real.
This isn't real.
I see. Okay, I get it now. I get why you think that. Yeah.
I think it was just my escape from it. I think it was like me coping.
Survival mode.
Yeah. It's like, oh, this ain't nothing. This is a dream.
Yeah, I'll wake up soon.
Yeah. I think so.
That's crazy.
Never told nobody that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's a weird one. But that's what I thought.
Mm-hmm. All right, what other news do you have here, Rodney?
Okay. Did you hear about I think he's the CEO of LinkedIn, or the owner. He's one of those people. He's the founder. No. He's one of the founders of LinkedIn. His name is Reid Hoffman. So he predicts, this is just his prediction. This is, I guess, based off his numbers and the way AI is going. He says that by 2034, 9-to-5 jobs will be extinct. So 9-to-5.
Even like that counts as like work from home jobs too, right?
See, I don't know. See, yeah, it's kind of a gray area because it's like work from home. It still could be a 9-to-5.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
So, but I think he's talking about jobs. Period.
Yeah,
that's what I feel. Okay. I feel like everyone's going to be an independent contractor by 2034. That's what I got from it. Everyone's going to be an independent contractor.
So that's 10 years from now.
That's only 10 years from now. But he also says that by 2027, 3 years from now, that 42% of tasks will be taken over by AI. 42%.
What? That's huge already.
Yeah.
Wait, by 2027? That's so soon.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The technology's moving at a very fast rate. Yeah. And that's why I'm like, people who are looking over it are just going to be smacked in the face. And like, yo, what happened? I'm like, yo, it's just right. You got the internet. It's right there.
Dang.
It's right there. You just decided.
So wait, what's gonna happen? Like, what kind of jobs are gonna be left for people?
It's gonna be the people who are going to stay with the jobs are the people that are working with AI. People that are familiar with AI. People who have. So AI to me is just like the internet when it happened in whenever it happened.
Yeah, early 2000s or whatever.
Early 2000s. You know what I mean? There were people who was like, no, this ain't gonna be a thing. The internet failed for a couple years, then it came back. You know what I mean? So AI is it's the next thing. It's the next internet.
I see. Whoa.
And so people just like they were slow to get to the internet. It's like, oh, I don't need this. I'm gonna send my mail the same way. I'm gonna do all this.
Right.
I'm gonna do all this the old school way. And then 20 years later, they don't know how to do it. They don't know how to do things. And back then, technology was moving a little slower.
Yeah.
Here, we're talking about in 3 years, 42%, almost 50% of tasks that we do on a daily basis will be replaced by AI.
What?
It's going to be a lot of people left behind because they're just like, I'm not working with no robot. I don't need to learn AI because you can't duplicate the human touch. They're sex dolls. You know what I mean? There's
robots.
Sex robots. You know, so like, there's people who just don't believe in it, and those are the people who are going to lose in this situation. Mm-hmm. Those are the people who are going to be left behind. Those are the people who are going to be broke. Those are the people who are going to be poor. You know, they're not going to live. The quality of life is just going to be nothing because
they don't.
What
do you think about healthcare?
Healthcare is never going away. Healthcare, I don't feel like it's ever going away.
I do kind of feel like the job that I do specifically, like as an operating room nurse, could be replicated by a robot.
Okay, how?
Because, so surprisingly, we do a lot of routine surgeries. Okay. I would say like 90% of our cases are routine surgeries.
Okay. What do you mean? What do you mean? Yeah.
Routine, like something that's planned, something that's scheduled like weeks in advance or something like that.
Like what type of surgery?
Like a hernia repair.
Okay.
Yeah. So something like that, the surgeon has their specific preferences that they need, right? Mm-hmm. And the way it works is when they book it, we have a system. So they'll put in hernia repair, right?
Okay.
We have a system that'll automatically print out all of the equipment that they need, all the instruments and all the equipment that needs to be there. Then that paper gets sent down to, is it called SPD? Yeah. Anyways, it's sent down to someone who picks all of the equipment from our storage, like our storage warehouse, I guess. And they put it on a cart, and then the cart comes up to the OR, and then we open everything on there that they need for the surgery.
Yeah.
I think, like, my part, like opening up the instruments and all that stuff, can be replaced by a robot 1,000%.
Yeah.
There's not much thought that goes into it. You look at the paper and you say, open, hold, open, hold.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely get up out of there.
You know? Yeah. And so, like, okay, you open it up for them, for your surgical tech, and they, like, set it up on their back table. But I also feel like that could be robots as well.
That's definitely, yeah. I would say that could be replaced.
Like, yeah, like maybe I would be there as like a supervisor to make sure that the robot's doing exactly what it needs to be doing.
Right, yes.
But I feel like maybe hands-on, I think robots can do my job.
Yeah, that's scary because like
it's healthcare.
Just 10 minutes ago you was like, I have a very forever secure job.
Yeah,
and
I know.
Now it's like,
maybe I don't.
Maybe you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think maybe it's different for like a floor nurse, like if you worked on the unit. I think it's a completely different job. Like where I work is very scheduled and routine and like, you know what to expect sort of. Yeah. Whereas on the unit, it's just completely different. It's a completely different chaos.
Yeah, dang. So what about surgeries? You have mentioned that y'all are doing things differently, like with robots. You know, it's still a surgeon, but he's working with a robot.
Yes.
He's working with technology. Like I've seen where, and I think we talked about where the surgeon doesn't even have to be in the room anymore. He can.
Was it you that told me this?
Yes. I thought. Yeah, we talked about it's like now with the technology, they can operate a robot that's in a different state and even in a different country.
Yeah.
Which is, I feel like it's super dope.
Crazy.
Because I feel like there are like just a few specialized cases to where you need this surgeon.
Exactly.
This one person that's available. He's the one that can do this. He's the only one, and you're gonna wait for him to do it.
Exactly.
So now that cuts costs. See, that's the good thing about technology. Is like instead of him having to travel there, wait, whatever. No, he can just do it from where he's at.
Yeah, his office. Yeah.
So, but does that? See, well, I think what people probably may not understand about AI is AI is constantly learning. We're constantly feeding it. So what I was thinking is, okay, this surgeon does, I don't know, maybe he does what kind of surgery would he do with the robot? What would he do?
I've seen it do urology surgeries. So like, what's that called? Your tube, your ureter. Like they fix your ureter. Something like that.
Let's make it
I don't know. Something like that. I can't remember.
Let's just make it something simple. Let's say he does replace a retina, right?
Yeah.
With a robot. As he does it, the AI learns how to do it from him. From the process over and over and over.
Right.
Now, I feel like that down the road could alleviate this actual surgeon.
True.
Because
down the road, I agree with that.
We're constantly feeding the AI, constantly. Everything we do, the way we respond to things, the way we search things, that's how your phone knows how to replace the words that you use and stuff like that, because it's constantly learning. So I wonder if one day, you know, from all the things that you guys teach it will replace, but there would have to be some type of supervision. Yeah. And he would have to step in if the robot malfunctions.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. I feel like healthcare will always be there. There'll always be a job there, but it might not be that many jobs.
Yeah.
Maybe. Like you said, you might not have to be there anymore. Like what you do.
Yeah. We also have I do really feel like there are some jobs that is not just nursing. Like the aides that we have, they go around and grab stuff for you. Like those also can be replaced by robots, 1,000%. Yeah. What we do is if we need an equipment in our room, we call our aides and we're like, hey, can you bring this to OR 37? They're like, okay. They go to the equipment room, they grab the stuff, and they put it in your room. That could totally be done by a robot. Easy. You just tell it what to do. Yeah. I just think it's definitely possible.
Yeah, it is. Like that the Tesla showcase recently, just a month ago. You know, these robots are doing these things. Like you just tell it what to do and it does it. Like it's pretty wild. So the capability of it is the thing is the ceiling for these robots and AI is the sky. You know what I mean? They're going to be able to do whatever we teach it to do.
Well, I was going to say whatever you tell it to do.
Yeah, whatever we tell it and teach it to do is going to be able to do it. And so we already as humans amazing people. We have done so many things with just our bare hands and our mind. Ain't no telling what a machine can do with our teaching.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, that's true. It does kind of scare me though. I will say the whole robot era seems so futuristic to me, but at the same time, it's happening around us already.
It's here, man.
When you go to some restaurants, already have robots serving you food.
Yes, there's
that's.
There's robot food deliveries in LA. Yeah. There's a cart that goes through the street that delivers to your door.
That's crazy.
You know, the Tesla taxi.
Yeah. There's cars driving themselves. Yeah.
Cars driving themselves.
This is stuff I swear that we would see on TV. Maybe I have seen iRobot. Is it all the futuristic stuff?
Yes. The robots turn on.
Okay. I've seen iRobot.
Yeah, it becomes like a civil war between the robots.
So maybe that's where the fear is coming from, because when we were younger and iRobot came out, that's what I think about robots now. Yeah. That they can turn on you, they can malfunction, which they can.
They can.
They can, but will that happen? I don't know. Is there?
Possibility.
It's a possibility, yeah.
I think it was Google who had to destroy 2 robots because they were communicating in a language that they did not teach them. They had taught themselves. The 2 robots had taught themselves a different code and were communicating to each other.
Whoa.
The people did not understand it.
Yeah.
That's what it's like. I'll say it again.
They can communicate to each other.
Yes. Yeah. They were
which could be scary.
Yeah, they were communicating in a different code that the creators didn't create.
Right.
So they had to destroy those robots. And so again, I would say people don't realize that the AI actually learns. It actually learns from us, and then when what it learns, it applies to itself. You know what I mean? It's such a weird thing. It's the weirdest thing I've seen with a robot in real life, and this was damn near 14 years ago when I worked at BMW in Spartanburg, South Carolina. I worked in the paint shop. Now the robots painted the actual cars. So the robots did all the painting. We just checked the paint, make sure it was done right. Most of the time it was done perfectly, most of the time. But there was one time they was yo, y'all come look at this. The robot had broke down. One of the robots had broke down. The other robot reached over and fixed it.
Whoa.
It stopped painting, reached over and fixed what it was malfunctioning, how it had malfunctioned, and it started back painting. They both started back painting.
Whoa. And this was years ago already, right?
So it's, it had to be 2000, I don't know when this, 2000, I forgot when I worked there.
Wow.
But yeah, it was 2010, somewhere in that, give or take a few years.
That's crazy. Yeah. Wow. That's pretty cool, though. I mean, that is really cool that it did that.
It did that, yeah. But it did that. It's pretty wild. Yeah. I'm a geek for it. But anyway.
You are a tech geek.
Yeah. One thing robots aren't going to be able to replace is
Rodney Poston.
You stupid.
Did you like that?
You are sick. Moving right along.
Moving right along. Something that will never be replaced
by AI is sports.
Sports.
Yeah. Specifically basketball.
The greatest sport alive.
Yes.
Kidding.
Yes, me.
All right. What updates do we have on sports here?
Oh, well, we got the WNBA finals.
That happened last weekend, I believe?
Yeah.
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 It was a nail biter to the very end.
Yeah. It really was. It really was. It
was so good. I really loved watching that game. It was Game 5 between Minnesota Lynx and New York Liberty.
Yeah.
And it went into overtime.
Man, it was such a good game.
So good.
Such a good game, man.
Yeah. The Lynx ended up losing in overtime by 5 points. But they had a good showing though. Like,
yeah, they had a good showing.
The girls played for sure.
Yeah, it was. The whole series was like really good. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I do feel like from the first game, I felt like New York was gonna win it because of the referees. Mm-hmm. I did not like the officiating. I felt like they were leaning toward New York. Yeah. And I feel like that last game showed that.
Yeah, and I do feel like it is a collective, like, thought that the refs kind of.
Dude, yeah.
They really ruined it for the Lynx.
Yeah, they became part of the game, which the referee should not ever be a part of the final decision.
LeBron even said it himself too. Like, that says something.
Yeah,
like the GOAT himself.
The GOAT. On this channel, LeBron is the GOAT.
Like, he even chimed in and said something about it. Like, that's pretty crazy.
I mean, the foul that was that the foul that sent the game into overtime?
Yeah.
So and you seen the screenshot of it. Mm-hmm. Like, Breonna Stewart did not get touched in that situation.
Yes.
Like, she just missed the shot.
From every angle
From every angle, there was no touching there. There was no foul. There was nothing. There was just good defense. Mm-hmm. They called a foul. She got sent to the line to send it in overtime.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's exactly how it went.
Job. Yeah, like, I mean, she honestly played. She played her ass off. Breonna Stewart is actually...
Totally. But, like, in that situation, though, like... After you review it too, it's so obvious to everybody watching that it wasn't a foul.
Yeah,
like,
man.
What footage did they see that we didn't see?
That's why
they do look at different footage than what the audience can see.
They say
right?
that, yeah. I feel like they would have a more detailed look than what we could see.
Why wouldn't that be released? Like, why does it have to be different footage that they see compared to us? Yeah,
exactly. Like, they should be more detailed to be able to see. We should be able to be like, oh, that was a foul. And they'd be like, actually, that wasn't a foul. Here's the different angle right here. This is the angle we see right here.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like I said, I do feel like it was set up for New York Liberty to win it. They win their first one in 28 years.
Yeah. They needed to win that.
They needed to.
For the whole franchise, I think.
Exactly.
It's been 28 years and they haven't won a championship. And they have so many stars on their team. Like, how have they not won yet? Like, I get that. I get that basketball is a business, but, like, that was so obvious.
Yeah. I mean,
it was really, that was really just, like, left a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah. I mean, on a positive note, I'm glad Sabrina finally got her one. She's been carrying New York, her whole junk. You know what I mean? Since she's been in the league. Yeah, she been had New York on her back. She's a dope player. She did not play well in that last game, which she gave 5 points, 7 rebounds, 8 assists, which isn't a bad stat line. It's only a bad stat line because of Sabrina.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She's a star. She is a force to be reckoned with. She's a real hooper. She just did not perform well.
No.
I feel like the last 2 games, she didn't really perform that well.
They were defending her really well, though. I'll say that. Like, she was being defended like crazy. But I feel like great players know how to play under that type of
it's facts
pressure.
Yeah.
Like, great players do. Maybe she's just a good player
Maybe she's a good player, but, I feel like she has the potential to be great because she really can do it. I don't remember her in college. You?
No, I don't remember her at all.
Yeah, me either. Well, anyway, Breonna Stewart came out of there with 15 and 12, with 15 points and 12 rebounds. Real life hooper.
She's pretty impressive. They started out pretty bad though.
Yes.
Like the New York in general, like they all started out pretty bad. No one was making shots in the whole first quarter.
Yeah, the only person, Jonquel was carrying them through that first half. Like she really was. Like Jonquel was just being very intentional when she got the ball. She was going to the basket, whether she was either going to make the shot or you was going to foul her.
Yeah.
It was obvious the whole game she was going to win that game. If it was up to her, they were going to win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so like she came out there with 17 points. She got the MVP, which I felt like she deserved it.
Yeah, I agree.
She really did her thing. She did it for the Bahamas. Sabali. Sabali was the X factor.
She was really the game changer here, I think.
She came out. Where has she been?
I have no idea.
That's what I don't understand. Like, where has the girls that came in that last game? Where were they at? The whole series?
I have no idea.
I don't know what.
And that is so gutsy to do as a coach, though.
Yeah.
You know, you're putting in these bench players who, I mean, like you said last time in the podcast, they are still professional basketball players. Like,
yes.
You get that.
Yes.
But like, to really trust them in this final game is amazing as a coach.
It is. Yeah.
As a coach, and then they actually did produce. Like,
they came out and produced.
You know that you made the right decision there.
Yeah. I thought that was good. I really liked the way Sabali played.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
she plays with so much grit. She's also thicker.
Yes.
Like, she's a strong, solid girl.
Yeah.
So like she was able to do a lot of things that she wanted to do because I don't feel like the Lynx have like that type of
size? No.
They don't. They don't have anybody that can go up against that. They already have Jonquel. They don't have another person that could take Sabali. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it was bad for our girl, Collier.
Nafisa,
Yeah, Nafisa, like I really wanted her to win. She dropped
Me too.
Yeah, she dropped 22 points. She had a good game.
She had a really good game. Yeah, she was really good.
Yeah. I think I had them winning by 5.
Yeah.
They lost by 5.
Oh yeah.
They lost by 5.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
I never
I
never thought about that.
I had Minnesota winning by 5 with Collier getting MVP.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they lost by 5.
And they lost by 5
in OT.
And Jonquel got MVP.
Yeah. Dang.
Hey, you were close. You knew 5 was the number though.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But that's a wrap to the WNBA season.
Yeah, and it's
so good.
Yeah, and like it was the biggest showing that they've had. I think it was like 2-point-something million. I don't know the exact number, but it was the biggest showing that they've had.
Showing as in.
I'm sorry, viewership. I'm talking about on TV
For the finals.
Yeah, for that game right there, that was the highest in history.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, well
that's
deserved.
Crazy.
Yeah. But now. There's a little conflict going on because the girls think they deserve a bigger share of pay. You know, which there's a lot of people, even the investors also. So a lot of the NBA investors aren't happy with the return. They're not getting a return yet. You know, they're just not.
Yeah.
And I think they broke it down that this season alone, the WNBA lost $40 million.
Wow, that's crazy.
You know, yeah.
Can you explain to me how that happens?
I honestly don't know, because I don't know all the details on what they're investing in. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure they're pouring money into it to make this league.
Into what aspect am I what?
I think
advertisement.
That's what I'm guessing. Yes,
advertisement.
Because you're getting more commercials now for WNBA.
What about stadiums and stuff? Does that count in this $40 million?
What do you mean stadiums?
Like stadium renovations or renting out stadiums and then not selling out.
Yeah.
So you lose money.
Yeah, I don't really know exactly where that money's allocated to or what the investments entail. You know, but they lost $40 million.
That's crazy.
You know, but I think it's a common thing because the WNBA, as big as it seems that it is right now because of the internet, it's still small. You know what I'm saying? What I'm thinking?
Yeah.
What we got? 13. We got 13 teams. 14 teams?
I have no idea.
I don't know. It's
in
the teens of the teams.
And everybody that I've talked to, people that I talk to at work or anywhere, nobody watches it.
Nobody watches it.
I don't know one other person that watches the WNBA.
See, yeah, that's true.
Besides you and I.
Yeah, it's I have a group chat of basketball players. That's who watches That's who watch. Is basketball players.
Right.
And not all of us watch it. Not all the basketball players, but that's who I know watch the WNBA is people who actually hoop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I could see that.
People who don't hoop watch the NBA because it's such a brand. It's such a brand. You know, they built it and it took years to do that.
I could see that. Yeah.
You know, back in '88, I think it was 88 when the whole Magic Bird somewhere in the 80s. Yeah. The NBA is as big as it seems that it was not big yet. They were still losing money.
Right.
You know, they had to have that Magic Bird situation. That's what ignited that rivalry. And then that's what's happening now with the WNBA. You know, there's obviously a storyline starting to develop.
Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese.
There's a storyline and narrative starting to build. You got these newcomers. You got Angel Reese. You got Caitlin Clark.
Cameron Brink.
You got Cameron Brink. And then you got these other girls that are coming in. You got the Juju Watkins coming in. You know, you got a lot of talent coming in.
Yeah.
So I think it's just a game, a waiting game, a patient game that's going to be. It's just gonna have to play out. It's just gonna have. It's a growing pains. It's just gonna have to happen. You know what I mean? Just like every other business, it's gonna have. You finally got some traction. You can't expect the big reward right now. You're just getting started.
Right.
You're just getting started. People are just now starting to watch. Yeah. So like, I feel like these girls they're talking about they're threatening a lockout.
Oh yeah, you were telling me that yesterday. Yeah.
They're threatening a lockout. Which could work. That all those things kind of work.
Yeah.
You know, they'll work. It might make the investors put more money in. You know, but you still only
could also do the opposite though.
Exactly.
Could have some investors pull out.
You definitely could. But hopefully it works out. I know they got you told me they got another league starting.
Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah. So Nafisa Collier and Brianna Stewart, they're starting this basketball league called Unrivaled Basketball. And so it is 6 teams, and the league starts in January 2025.
What type of league is it? Just like a it's just a continuation of the WNBA, or
I don't think so. I think it's its own thing. It's called Unrivaled Basketball League. It's its own thing, and I don't think it's run by anyone from the WNBA. What I do know is Nafisa Collier's husband. Forgot his name.
Yeah, he's actually a trainer, right? He's a
trainer.
Yeah.
He's really big. He's a really big advocate for athletes making more money.
Okay.
I went on his Instagram page the other day, and he has a lot of posts about breaking down how much WNBA players actually make.
Yeah.
And how much goes to the organization compared to the athlete. And he's a big advocate on athletes getting paid more. Yeah. So this Unrivaled Basketball League, I believe their mission is for the women athletes to get paid more, get compensated for what they're actually doing.
Yeah.
So it was just really cool. It's cool to see how we'll see how it plays out. It's starting pretty soon, January.
It's pretty cool. Yeah. So they got it's just only 6 teams. So how are they getting their players? Who's all playing? How's it working?
Yeah, on their Instagram page, it looks like these players are just committing. They're committing. There's 30 of them, I believe. I think there's 30 spots. Okay. So that makes how many people on each team? 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 people on each team, and I think they're just.
Is it a 5-on-5? Is it a 5-on-5 league?
Sorry, no, it's a 3-on-3.
Oh, okay. Because I don't know too much about it. So it's a 3-on-3 league.
It's a 3-on-3 league. 5 people per team.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be really cool.
3-on-3 is getting huge.
I know. It was in the Olympics.
Yes, I feel like that's where it's coming from because
totally
it's so exciting to watch.
It's
so fast paced.
So fast.
It's exciting, and so it's gonna be a 3-on-3 professional league.
Yes.
Nice.
And it starts in January. Yeah, and so many players have committed already. Angel Reese.
Angel Reese play?
Yes.
I wonder if Caitlin Clark gonna play.
She hasn't said it yet. I don't know if there's enough spots in yet. I don't know if they're done now, actually.
I feel this is what I feel about Caitlin Clark. I feel like next season she may go on an MVP run.
Yeah, I know.
I feel like this off season
she's gonna go hard.
Dude, I feel like yes, because you see what the break did for her.
I know. It fueled her.
Just that Olympic break.
Yeah.
Gave her some rest. Gave her some time to train and work on some things. I feel like this off season, she's gonna come back. In the next season, she's gonna come back a whole different monster.
I know. I agree.
I do feel like that. You don't see her online much.
No.
You don't see her. She don't even talk much. There's so much noise around her.
But she doesn't.
She doesn't say.
She doesn't participate in any of it.
Yeah, she's pulling. You know who it reminds you of? LeBron James. There was so much hype. LeBron never said nothing about it.
Really?
Not until he stapled himself as the GOAT.
Yeah.
Now he talks back. You know, he addresses some things, but in his early years, he never said anything
because he was still working towards what he wanted to be.
Exactly.
And I don't think Caitlin Clark is where she wants to be yet.
Yes.
Like I don't, especially after this season. I think she has a lot to work on still, and I think she knows that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she's gonna fix it all.
She's gonna fix it all. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like there's a few people who are like that, like a Wemby. Same way, like. Wemby came in the league 7'6" or whatever, 7'5", and what he said, I'm only 70%, 75% of where I want to be.
Yeah.
You know, where I'm at. And he came back this season weighing 20 pounds more. You know, working on his game, working on his handle, all this stuff. He's working with Jamal Crawford, which is one of the best handlers ever in NBA history. A 7-foot guy is working with him. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like
that's so impressive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like I think it takes that type of focus, and I feel like Caitlin Clark has
ambition.
That. Ambition, yeah. And I feel like she has that. She's not worried about the outside noise.
I agree.
Yeah, I feel like she's gonna come back great. I hope that Angel Reese is doing the same thing. I hope everybody is. Like, I can't wait to see Angel Wilson next year. How she's gonna bounce off a MVP season? Can she get another one?
Exactly. She's gonna be in this league too.
Oh, she is.
Actually, I don't know.
Angel Wilson? Oh.
Kelsey Plum, I know.
Kelsey Plum
Don't quote me on Asia Wilson, though. Don't quote me on that. I know Jewel Lloyd's going to be in it. Skylar Diggins-Smith.
Okay.
Yeah, they got some people for sure.
Yeah, I'm glad they got something else to go to instead of having to go overseas.
I agree.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And it's 3-on-3. Like, it's something different for them, too, right?
Exactly.
Like,
it's to keep them active, keep them working on their game.
Yeah.
They get to play with pros, other pros.
Yeah.
NBA, American pros, you know, the WNBA pros is what I mean.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I think it's going to be something.
It's going to be cool, and it's in Miami.
Shut up. I'm moving.
We actually did talk about moving to Miami. Like, that's crazy. We did talk about it.
You just gave me something I can...
Huh?
I'm happy, but I got something else I can fix. Get to Miami. Figure out how
to get to Miami, yeah.
Get to Miami.
Yeah, I mean, it's always on the table for us.
Yeah.
It's always up in the air for us where we're going to be next.
I know, yeah. We keep talking about, going back and forth about, Vegas. Like, I do want to. Like, there's a part of me who is still in Vegas. But Seattle's growing on me every day.
I can see that in you.
Yeah, every day.
Just the way you talk about it too.
Yeah, it's like I be trying to find things I don't like about it.
Yeah.
And
I can see
what I call it, the rain.
Yeah.
It's cold. You know what I mean?
But you said something really cool yesterday.
What?
About Seattle.
What did I say?
You said that Seattle feels a lot more like home to you.
It does. Yeah. It's the one place I've lived.
Yeah.
There's been a few places that feel like I'm like, this is home. And by far, this is the number one of those. Yeah. Like this.
So where all have you lived?
I've lived South Carolina where I grew up. And, in the Carolinas both. I was back and forth from North Carolina, South Carolina.
Yeah.
I've lived in, let's just go stay on these. I've lived in Miami, Florida. I've lived in Atlanta. I've lived in Arizona. I've lived in Tempe, Arizona.
Yeah, so you went to school.
Yeah, and I've lived in Las Vegas, Nevada. And now I live here in Seattle.
You lived in Vancouver, Canada.
I lived for 3 months.
3 months?
3 months, yeah.
And now you live in Seattle.
Yeah. So Seattle feels like, when I say home, it feels like South Carolina home.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gives me a homey feeling. Like, it gives me this.
The views, like the weather.
You got the greenery. I didn't know how much I missed that until I got here. I was like, man, I miss being around some trees.
And we're really in the suburbs too, where we live. So like that, I could see that being like home as well. Yeah, for you.
Exactly. And Vegas is just so bland, far as scenery. Everything is just all brown.
Unless you're at the Strip, obviously.
Yeah, but then you got artificial lights.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Totally.
And that's something else too. Is like natural light makes me feel different. I feel like it makes. I feel like gives me a different feeling. Vegas everything's artificial. Everything is artificial there, and like you said, down to the lights. Down to everything. Nothing's natural there.
I see.
Nothing is natural.
Nothing's growing.
Nothing's growing there. Everything's being built.
Not even you. I'm just kidding.
Like, for real. That's something you just said. Nothing's growing, but everything's being built. You know what I mean? Everything is being man-made. Nothing's actually growing from the ground there.
In Vegas.
Yeah, everything is just being built on top of the ground.
That is deep.
Yeah, that actually is. I never thought of it. Yeah. Here, we go outside and get food from the ground.
Yeah.
Like, the other night, I wanted to make a video so bad. She was chopping up a zucchini, and she dropped all of it on the floor. And I was like, hold on. I just went right outside and got another one.
I was so distraught, too. I was like, I
went right out to the garden.
Yeah.
And brought you
another one.
And I feel like that's so dope.
So grateful.
So grateful.
We are so lucky to be able to do that,
it's
though.
Facts.
Truthfully. That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
That we could do that. We didn't really do that when I was younger. We didn't grow anything, so I've never really experienced
See, that's another thing about home for me. Like, I know, like, if we wanted something, like, most of the times it was squash, cucumbers, tomatoes.
Yeah.
If we needed that, I can just go out there to the garden.
Just go grab it.
Just go grab one real quick out the garden and bring it back.
That's so cool.
Oh, it's a watermelon. I think it's ready. Let's go get that.
Yeah, that's so cool.
You know, like, see, this gives me that again. This gives me that feeling again.
That's true.
Yeah, and so
that's so nice for you.
Seattle is growing on me, but I do want to travel more.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I already say, like, I feel like end game could be Vancouver, but it also could be Seattle.
Yeah, I agree.
It also could be Seattle because it's just right here.
It is right here.
It's just right here.
Yeah.
Maybe we do some more traveling. Maybe we go see Vegas. Maybe we go Miami. I want to go back to Miami.
Miami really is like, I really do want to visit one more time and get a better feel for, like, living in Miami.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I feel like hopefully these girls, the lockout works. Hopefully this league that they just started gives them more money. And hopefully it drives more demand so they can get paid more.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so. But, of course, it's crazy because I just seen this dude named, he's the number one prospect in the country.
Okay.
And I feel like it's probably for real. Like, I feel like it's a good rating for him. I've seen some highlights. He's out of control. His name is AJ DeBansa. This dude is insanely talented. And he's huge. He's like...
Yeah.
I think he's like every bit of 6'6", 6'7". His arms are probably like 7. 7.
Oh, 7 foot wingspan.
Yeah.
Jeez, that itself is effective. It's gonna be so effective in the NBA.
Yeah, the thing is, he's still in high school.
I mean,
that's the thing. He's still in high school. So he's the number one prospect in high school.
Yeah.
No one knows he's gonna play yet, but you know about NILs.
Can you explain that to me again?
So these kids are getting incentivized to play basketball.
By who?
By
like a company, right? It could be
any company.
Any organization.
Yeah,
okay.
But there's an evaluation that they go through that can determine what's it going to cost them to play now. So, like, in this situation, AJ DeBansa, it's gonna cost $7 to $9 million for him to play in college. That's what they're gonna have to pay him to play in college.
What, as a college player?
Yes.
$7.9 million.
That's his evaluation. Yes. And they was asking these coaches and recruiters, what do you think about AJ DeBansa? They quote, expensive.
Oh my God. So they're not liking that evaluation either then?
Of course not, because these are old school guys. You know what I'm saying? They come from a time to where, they ain't gotta give these, obviously they were paying players. Obviously.
Yeah.
Just so y'all
Under
know,
the table,
so y'all know, college players get paid. Always have.
Under the table.
Under the table. I know this from playing in college. But somebody like him, you know what you would have had to give this man under the table? We're talking about car. We're talking about house for mama.
Right.
We're talking about all these things.
Yeah.
See, now it's public and it's way more.
Dang, that's
$7
crazy.
to $9 million is what it's going to cost for him to play at college. So whatever college he go to is going to have to be prepared to give him that type of bread.
Wow, that's crazy.
And I feel that's on top of a full ride. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, that's on top of covering his schooling, I believe. It could be included, but I think it's on top. Even if it's included, he's only going for 1 year.
Yeah. So this infuriates me.
Go ahead.
Do you know why?
Tell him.
The WNBA players.
Exactly.
These are professional women athletes.
Yes.
They get paid. I think you told me this. Mm-hmm. The most that a player gets paid. Is Asia Wilson the one that gets paid the most?
I think she might be top. I'm not
sure. How
much
does she get paid?
I don't know. I don't know. We can look it up right now. Let's look it up.
Salary?
Yeah.
$200,000.
So she just signed a 2-year extension. So she just signed an extension. She signed a 2-year, $400,000 contract with the Aces.
So $400 a year? $400,000 a year?
No, for 2 years.
So $200,000 a year. A professional woman athlete gets paid.
You know how much money she's bringing in?
Do you know how unfair that is? That a high school basketball player is going to be getting... I can't do the math. I can't do the math. Like 10 times more.
More than 10 times, yes.
Than a professional athlete. Yes. What? That blows my mind and it pisses me off.
Yeah, so like
why is it so unequal?
I have no I mean, we talk about the investment, and stuff like that. Like I said, I don't know how they're allocating the money. They're just not getting what it comes down to. When they broke down the demographic of what's happening, what they're saying and what needs to happen, and by the numbers, what needs to happen is, don't kill me for this, women need to start watching the game.
Need to start watching?
Yes. The people who watch the game is men. Because it's a sport, obviously. Yeah. It's a sport. And people who love the basketball is male dominated. Yeah, it's like, men want people want to see the dunking, they want to see all these things. True. But from the demo into what needs to happen is that more women need to start supporting the company, supporting the game, watching the girls, buying the merch, all these things. You see how diehard men are for the NBA. True. Is what should happen is that what needs to happen is the women need to get on that bandwagon for the women. Because that's where the lack is. Obviously, there's not enough teams yet. There's not that many teams at the NBA. It's like half. So once that started growing, obviously there's gonna be more money to be able to come in. But it's gonna have to be with the viewership, though. It's gonna have to be with the support of everyone. More men and especially more women need to start supporting the game. Yeah. Well, I mean, I get that. I definitely get that. And I guess the WNBA is still relatively new in comparison to the NBA. It is, yeah. I get that. And it's still new, yes, for sure. They're just now getting on the wave, but if you just say it like that, like this kid is gonna get paid around on average $8 million, probably $8 million. That's 40 times more than Asia Wilson.
Yes, a professional athlete. 40 a high school athlete is getting paid more than a professional athlete. Yes, $8 million. Men in the NBA don't even get paid that much.
Yeah, like Bronny James getting that for his whole thing though. For his whole contract.
Over 5 years. Well, how long is his contract?
3 years.
Maybe 3.
Like yeah.
Like so this high school player is getting paid more than Bronny then.
For sure.
A year.
For sure.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I guess it pays to be a high school student right now then.
Yeah, that's right. I'm definitely hating on the high school, the whole NIL thing, because the whole, the internet has changed the game so much. I know. Has changed life, period.
Imagine if we were in high school right now. We could have had something like that.
Listen, I could have been... Listen, my mama...
You would have been a big deal.
Listen, in the upstate of South Carolina, I would have had this bank, this store, this store. It could have been little NILs, but it would have added up. You know what I mean? Like, true. I got a cousin who played at Southern down in Louisiana. He was a quarterback. NIL, he got paid $12,000 for the season. $12,000. Yeah. Like, it's not much.
But you're talking something.
About $12,000 in his pocket as a college student.
That's crazy.
For a lot of people, they can send some of that back to mama. They can send that back, help their sisters out, help their family out, help themselves out. Right. You know what I mean? And so, like, I just wish I had that. I'm hating. Totally. I just wish I had that.
I agree. When I played college basketball, I worked at the same time.
See, that's absolutely ridiculous.
It's crazy.
In today.
So, I mean, I was still pretty lucky, though, because I did get a full ride. Like, I did have my school paid for the whole time I was playing basketball, but I still needed living expenses. I didn't have enough money to, like, go out and eat. Like, I needed living expenses, so I worked 3 days a week. Damn, I took 3 classes a semester, and I played basketball. Yeah. Every day I had basketball practice.
Yeah, like I'll tell you right now.
It was crazy. It was a crazy schedule.
Yeah, when I played basketball, I played JUCO in South Carolina. My coach come from military school, and we took on that type of training. Like, I'm talking about, it was hardcore training. Like, Coach Burke was a asshole. He was a workhorse. He's going to work you to death. I'm talking about every day, 5 a.m. We having multiple. Our whole day was scheduled for us. Wow. You know what I mean? Yeah. It really was. You know, there was no time for me to work. Thank God my daddy would drive down every Wednesday or Thursday and bring me $60.
60, yeah. I remember you telling me that.
Yeah, it was like, it was the coolest thing because, like, what I realized is that the other players didn't have that. Other players didn't have that. So I'm like,
that was huge for you.
Yeah, it was huge. It was like, I didn't know at the time what that meant. I was always thankful for it, but now I'm looking back on it, and then I realized when I was there, how broke, college. Yeah, exactly. Like, people, people couldn't even go out to eat. They couldn't go to Jack in the Box. Like, that was one of mine and my homies' thing. We go to Jack in the Box. Kids couldn't do that. Yeah. Thank God we had a cafeteria that was open for most of the day.
Yeah.
So we can go in there and get some free food if he was on the meal plan.
Exactly. Yeah.
So like,
I guess it is making it like easier for like these college students to play. Like they just have to focus on playing basketball and going to school. Like, I guess that is like what it's helping with. But at the same time, it's this generation of kids that are getting spoiled. They think they're entitled to this money.
That's facts.
Like, when we were college players, we also had to work. Like, we also, or like not have any money.
Or not have any money, yeah.
Like, this is not a normal thing to have $8 million going into college.
Not at all. Like, it's not at all
normal. It's not. And now, like, these kids think I'm so good, I'm gonna have this money. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
NIL is a great thing. It is. You're right. It is a great thing for athletes. But again, it's this generation that's just so spoiled. Like, oh my God! Just because they're good at a sport, they're getting paid this money.
You're getting paid bread.
You're not professional.
You're not a pro yet.
You're not a professional. Like, you're not.
Yeah, there's only a few of those kids who are gonna who are gonna be that way. Who are going to put in the work, because you telling me $7 to $9 million he about to get? I ain't got to practice today.
Right.
I ain't got to hit the weight room today. I ain't got to hit the weight room today.
Right. There are going to be those athletes that are going to have that mentality, 1,000%.
Yeah. I mean, think about the WNBA. Those college girls, like Angel Reese said, I'm making more money in college than I am in the WNBA.
Yeah.
Off of NILs.
Yeah. So what's the point of going pro?
What's the point of going pro? I'm about to go and accept less money.
Like, she's already successful. Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Maybe you're going pro because you love basketball. I don't know.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, what?
Maybe you just like it. Maybe you love it. Maybe you love basketball.
You know who would never say something like that, though? Caitlin Clark.
Oh, no. Never.
That's what,
Never.
Again,
never.
Why?
Never. Yeah. She's totally different. Like, that to me. That's what separates them, to me, is I feel like she has a different mindset.
I also don't think Caitlin Clark grew up with a lot of money.
I have no clue.
I don't think she did. I feel like I saw something recently and I was like, oh, like, I don't think she grew up with a lot of money either. Yeah. So, like, because I was thinking in my head, like, Angelique's maybe she didn't grow up with much, so having this money, she's really relying on it, But I really don't think Caitlin Clark grew up with a lot of money either.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the dynamic on how that was. I do know, I really don't know. I mean, we see a lot of Angel Reese. And it looks like somebody who hasn't had, and now they're having it, and they don't know how to handle it. They're wanting to be in the spotlight. I feel like she's more into being famous. Yeah. That's what I feel like about her.
Than actually playing basketball.
Yes, exactly. Like, the recent video she put out, she was eating and she was talking about her salary. She makes $74,000. That's her salary. She asked, she's like, "What's my salary?" She asked somebody beside her. I don't know if she was stunning or doing it for the video, or she actually know. She was like, "I really don't even know what's my salary." Like $74,000, and she was like, "That don't even cover my rent for the year." And she was like, and the girl was like, "What's your rent?" She was like, "Well, I pay $8,000 a month." And I'm like, "See, that's what happens when you haven't had,
And now you do.
Now you do. And you think you got more than you got.
Exactly.
You think you got more.
You mishandle it so poorly. Yeah.
Does it make sense for you to go and spend
$8,000? You're making $74,000 a year and you're paying $8,000 in rent?
Right. You telling me your rent is $22,000 more than your actual salary.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't make any sense for you to do that. I know she got endorsements and stuff like that, so everything's probably covered for sure.
Yeah.
But your base salary, that's your base. That's what I feel like you should be basing your bills off of that $74,000.
I agree.
Because that's what you know for a fact you're getting. These sponsorships could go at any time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
You know, that's how I see that. And, you know, she just doesn't seem to be, to me, from what I see, listening. I know there's people who are trying to teach her. I know that for a fact.
Yeah.
And I feel like she's just like, I'm this.
Doing me.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Anyway, all right. Moving right along.
Here. Okay, we're into our relationship section now.
All right.
And I found this question again on the Instagram page that we talked about last time.
Yeah.
And I want to know what you think the key is to love and a lasting relationship. If there are, multiple keys. There could be multiple keys now.
Yeah, I can take the key for me.
Yeah.
What I feel like is the number one is communication.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah.
I feel like communication covers so many different things. So, like, specifically...
Like what you should be communicating.
Yeah.
I feel like it's everything. I feel like I don't even know how to explain this. Like when it comes to like love and stuff, like I don't know how do you put it into like a box? I don't know. There's so many different ways to love. There's so many different ways to communicate.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think honesty and that those cold hard truths, whether the person's gonna like it or not, is where I feel like that when I say communicating, really. It's easy to go and say, I love you. It's easy to go and say, oh, you look nice today. It's easy to do all those things. It's not hard to say, listen, today I didn't like when you said this. I don't like how you do this.
Communicating like the hard things.
Yes, because it's easy to do it's easy to communicate the good things.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Being honest about the things you don't like, things that aren't working for you guys, and listening to the negative stuff too.
Right.
Like being able to, because listening is part of the communication.
Yeah, I agree.
Hearing the person and listening to the person and understanding the person, not just listening to respond. So being present is part of the communication. Like these I'm trying to go under the communicating thing, being present, so when your person's talking, be there, be aware, be attentive, listen, be able to understand what the person is talking about and not just taking offense to everything, because obviously a lot of us are dealing with so much trauma, especially from past relationships. I know I do, I bring it up a lot. It's like there's a lot of things that remind me of certain things and I'm just like, no.
Yeah, I do feel like, though, I will say, like, when something does happen that you feel triggered by from your past relationship or something, you always bring it up.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, hold on. You're like,
oh, yeah.
What you just said triggered me because of this.
Yes. And
I'm like, oh, my God, I had no idea.
Yeah.
Because I've been saying this or whatever. I've been doing this to you. Or, like, I've been saying this all the time and, like, you never said anything.
Yeah, it's true.
Because so I do appreciate that.
Yeah. Because you wouldn't know, like you would just, you would just keep on, and you'd be wondering why I'm quiet. You know what I'm saying? So now you know what I mean. And that's another thing is like paying attention. Is like you said recently, I've been seeing you get quiet. It's like those type of things. That's communicating too. It's like paying attention to your partner. You seeing like how they handle things. Not everything. Not every relationship is like communicated on a verbal level. Like sometimes body language is communicating. It's like, oh shit, what's going on with you? Saying I see you did this, I see you blah 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 blah. What's going on? I noticed that. That's part of the communication too. And not
because a lot is said with your body language.
Yeah,
totally.
Yeah. And so that's how I feel like, all those things put together is communicating to me.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And not taking offense to everything.
Yeah.
Not getting mad at everything. Not everything is meant for you to be mad at.
Right.
Not everything is meant in a bad way. Just because a person is going through something, it ain't always got anything to do with you. Yeah. Everything ain't got nothing to do with you.
It's not about you right now.
It's not about you right now. I'm going through something because someone said something to me, or something reminded me of something, so.
Yeah.
But it's important to let that person know so they'll know for the next time why you're quiet or why you're this and why you're that. So, yeah, communicating, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that'll take the relationship all the way. I feel like, I don't know what make it long lasting besides that is like, I don't know. I don't know. Like people always say like that thing is like, you got to keep it new and fresh.
You gotta keep it. Yeah, I gotta keep it spicy in the bed.
Gotta keep it spicy in the bed.
Yeah, people say that all the time.
Yeah, it's like, okay. Okay.
Great.
All right, yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do it then. Yeah. What do you think? What you got? What do you feel about that? Or what is your key to love?
I do feel like communication, I think, is an obvious one for me. Like, of course, like having that communication, but I also think trust. Like for me, I think trusting, I think that kind of goes under the umbrella of communication too, because you're trusting this person with the stuff that you're going to tell them, right? Like if I'm telling you, like, I didn't really like this, I'm trusting that you're going to receive that well.
Trust is a huge one. Like it is. And it's like, sometimes it's hard for us to trust. Most people think it's like, you think somebody's gonna cheat on you. That ain't always just that's not just what trust is. No. It's like trusting that the person's just gonna be honest with you. Trusting this person with your feelings.
Yeah. Like this morning, remember I was asking you about looking at each other's phones?
Yeah.
Like I don't think I've ever seen you even look at my phone.
I'm not going to.
Me too. Yeah. I'm also like that too. Whenever you bring your phone around me, I look the other way. I don't want to see what you're doing. Yeah. Because I trust. I don't even suspect anything. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that